Anthony Jules here, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Anthony Jules.
So, bro, I'm just like trying to, shimmy up that motherfucker, and they're beating me up on my way up there. Stop grabbing that fucking, rock. Stop grabbing this. And so finally, I make it up. They throw me in the cop car. They take me down to the hospital. I got hypothermia and all that. So
So they bring you right to jail, right?
yeah, they bring me. So after I went to the hospital, I go right to jail, and then I violated court. And usually when you violate court, man, they have you sit for a minute. So that's when I copped out, and I did like 4 years down prison, downstate.
So what's it like when you walk into prison?
So you go through. When I went, you went through. It was called craft, and it was like a center where they figure out what prison you're going to go to. So you go to craft, and craft is like set up funny as shit, man. When you walk in craft, it's like you clothes come off, nuts to butts, can shower, boom, hop in the shower, boom, go. They hand you clothes, go right to the cells. Well, you go right to, I guess, the pod where the cells are, and it's literally like just all in a row. This one pod, every pod is like in a row. So it's like you go, you're waiting in line, you get in, you get in. It's so old school, this craft. It looks like a dungeon. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're just waiting to see what prison you go to. You know what I'm saying? You could be there for a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, and you don't get fucking to go out. You get out of yourself for a certain amount of time to use the phone and shit.
And that's where all the drugs are, right? Because people are fresh from court.
Well,
And
craft, no, not in craft. Nope. That's not until you get down prison. That's where the drugs are. You get down to prison because matter of fact, when I was in the county, because I was in the county for like almost a year waiting to go to prison because I was fighting this case. So I was getting drugs sent in there through the mail. My girl on the outside, and Suboxones were popping at the time,
yeah,
and like we were just like, she would take a Polaroid picture, right, and peel it open and put the substrips in there, and then glue the outside of the picture, right, and then she would marker "I love you," put a heart colored in, just in case it goes on their light. You got a big heart colored in and shit.
yeah.
I would get them things in and just sell them motherfuckers, and get commissary, whatever. I was doing that for a while, and then or send money home if she need money and shit. You know what I mean? Because it was like $50 a strip.
Yeah, you're banking.
Yeah, so I did that for a while. I go down prison. When I hit prison, same thing. I'm like, yo, send them pics. Boom, send them pics. Uh, then we can get the visits. So the visits, obviously, it's a little more, tough because you can get more shit in. I was getting like a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of pills, a little bit of fucking, subs,
Yeah.
and but you're either swallowing that motherfucker and then have to shit it out and dig through the shit, or you got to booth that motherfucker and then just shit it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So that was going on for a little while, and I had a good job. I got to move from it was trailers, from trailer to trailer and shit, and because I was doing carpentry, so I could move around. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool. And the one day, I I had the strips like cut up because like, dude, they were selling like, you could individually, if you cut them up, you can sell them, for more money. A whole strip would be like worth $100 when you cut them
Yeah,
up.
yeah. You cut up like a little
Yeah,
tiny
yeah,
piece,
like little
like
eighths and shit.
$20.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup, yup. So you know, cut up. I had them in. So in the state pants, the fly opens, and I would put like a little slice in there, and then I'd put them in like paper, fold it up, stick that motherfucker in there. There's no way you can like. It's not even it's flat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm coming back from detail. Every time I come back from detail to go back on the compound, we get we get stripped, whatever. And our officers, we didn't strip us like that because they were like, yo, we were cool. They know we were cool and shit. This day they weren't there, and it was all these other officers there. So the one, he takes my shirt, takes my pants, and he grabs both the pants together and just goes like this. But the pants are so thick. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
no way you could fucking run your hand down there and be able to feel a piece of paper in that motherfucking fly. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking after he did that, he went right to the fucking fly, went in that motherfucker and grabbed the shit out.
Did anyone know that it was there?
Yes. Yup.
Then someone told on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know someone told me. Because the thing is, with the compound, there's different people that are selling shit. You know what I'm saying? And when they know you're selling shit and fucking, you're thinking these people are cool with you. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't none, bro. They're trying
Competition, man.
competition. They're trying to get you out of there so they can fucking make bread and shit.
100%.
So they send me. So I had to go to court line in jail.
You get hit with an extra charge for that?
No, no. Which lucky I didn't. So I go to court line and they send me to ad seg, which is like a solitary confinement for 6 months. So I go. They send me all the way to at the time I'm in South Jersey, which is southern state. They sent me to North Jersey. Uh, they sent me to Northern State. So I'm in Northern State for like 6 months. So I'm in Northern State, and then I'm still doing the same shit. I'm like, we gotta send the pictures in. Like, this shit don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This shit don't stop, dude. This is what's going on. So I'm like halfway in on that. I'm cool with it. Mind you, it's an hour out a week just to go. You get the yard an hour a week. That's it.
Yeah.
You get 15 minutes on the phone call. That's it. Everything else is in the cell. So if you ain't mentally strong, see you later. You're doing.
23-hour lockdowns, a motherfucker, man. I've done it.
Yeah, it's 24. It's 24 hours. 24 hours every day until that one day you get an hour out. Yeah. So then someone told on me there. I know it was because I'm fishing lines through the fucking the vents. We're throwing lines under the fishing out the fucking doors. And this one time, it's fiend, bro. They're fucking fiends, bro. They're like, yo, that come in that land, da, da, da. They're yelling, you know what I'm saying? And they asked the runner, like, yo, fucking, ask him if you got that. Ask me. And he's like, yo, what you call want some, wants that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give it to him. So I'm like, all right, like, give me a second. So I got my back, so I turn around, I got my back towards him, and obviously he's just standing by the window like this in the window, like staring at me,
Yeah.
seeing where I'm going, like what I'm grabbing. You know what I'm saying? So he can't see, he can see what I'm grabbing, but he can't really see exactly what I'm doing. And like I kept it in my picture book and shit, and I fucking take it out, hand it to him. Literally a couple days later, my shit gets raided, my cell. And luckily, like I was cool with the two dudes, like the COs, because I built a relationship with them because they were letting me burn on the phone for like an hour. Fucking, they're letting me burn on the phone whenever they could give me the phone. They give it to me. We go downstairs into this like little pen. They raid our shit, and then he's like this. He's like, "Yo, listen, they go up there, they find it." They're like, yo, he's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you're in here for this, and like, what the fuck is going on, bro? You know, you get another charge for this, right? I'm like, bro, yeah, I know. Like,
Like, where are they supposed to put you now? Now
I'm
you're
like, yeah,
like,
I'm like, my bad, dude. Like, you know, he's like, bro, look, I flushed that shit, bro. Don't be, that's it. Don't be doing that shit no more. I'm telling you,
wow.
bro. Like, you want to go, you want to do more time? I'm like, all right, yo, I appreciate it, yo. Good luck. You know what I mean? Because they look me out. So I finish up there. They sent me to another prison, Bayside, and that's in South Jersey. So go back to South Jersey, and I start dipping into the shit again a little bit, right? And then all of a sudden, after like months go by, something clicks in my head. I'm like, the fuck am I doing, yo? I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, I need to change something, or this is just gonna be a revolving door for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? This shit, I ain't doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not going to do it anymore. I started, focusing on, like a positive outlook and things. Like I'm like, I'm gonna, you know, I just started being a little bit more positive. Not much, but
Hey, you're in prison. I know what it's like to try to change in prison, but you're surrounded by all these people
yeah,
who don't want to change and still doing the same shit.
yeah, yup,
So it's
yup. So
hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
very hard, very hard. So when I start being a little bit more positive, little positive things started happening. Like I got out of Max. I was in Max, and I didn't even know I was getting out of Max. They just called me one day, "Yo, you're going to the farms," and I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "All right, bet. Like, let's go. Go down to the farms." There's still all this goof going on in the farms. Even worse. Now there's heavy action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, I ain't getting involved in it. I'm not doing it. I already made it here. Hell no. Get to the farms, boom, good. Then I go to another spot. It's like a assessment center. Get to the assessment center. Still shit going on in the assessment center. I'm like, I ain't doing shit there either. So the assessment center was hard. They were just looking to send people back because it's a money machine. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They just keep recycling people and shit. So they'll send you back for walking the wrong way. From the assessment center, I go to a halfway house. Halfway house. I complete the halfway house, and then I'm home. So I'm home. I get a job within a couple weeks. Go back to the barbershop because that was my thing, and I like cutting hair. So I started focusing on actually being a barber. I'm like, all right, cool, And then I started, competing in bodybuilding. I was like, I always worked out. I'm like, let me fucking, start competing in bodybuilding and shit like that. And along the way, you know, I kind of started getting tied up a little bit with the board again. Like I noticed, and I started dipping the dabbing again and shit. Well, I was on parole for like 6 months, so I was good off parole. I started dipping and dabbing a little bit again, and I would catch myself. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, yo? Why do I keep doing this? Like, I'm dipping and dabbing with the perks. And I'm like, nah, that's gotta stop. So I stopped the perks, and then I start taking like some little bit of Suboxone here and there. And then it's still not sitting right with me. I'm like, why the do I have to do shit to function in reality? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I finally, I'm like, I finally just this one day I just had enough. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. So nah, that's not what happened. What happened is, bro, it's like these agents, bro. They're all over the place. I was I was cutting hair. This kid was coming in and he kept asking for a haircut. I'm like, yo, call me. I can book. I'm booked right now. And he was like, all right, here, I got a little something for you. And he had like in there for me. And I really didn't even like that. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like I'll fuck with the meth. You know what I mean? And this was pretty much after I stopped doing everything else. So I started this a little bit, and I'm like, damn, I'm zooming, I'm cutting hair.
And you never did it before?
I did it a
Before?
couple times before. It really wasn't my twist. So I'm doing like little pieces. I'm like, and I go, and he comes in again like during the week, and I'm like, bro, just Call, I'm booked, dude. Like, you don't have to wait. I mean, I can get you. He's like, nah, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, throws me some more.